What's up, my people? Welcome back to another episode. And what I want to talk about today is how to use your ego to your advantage. And what a lot of people don't understand is that the ego is actually there to help you. It's there to guide you and to align you with your life of how you want to live it. But sometimes that protection isn't good for you because it is stuck on things of the past. It's stuck on all bad case scenarios that happen in your life that nothing can change, that women can't change, that men can't change, that you can't change, that the outcomes of your life is going to keep repeating because of your ego holding you back. And I want you to understand the ego is that little voice in your head. It's that voice in your head that tells you, no, I can't do it. It's that voice in your head that tells you all women are bad, to watch your back, to be careful of everything in this world. And you can see that it's there to protect you, but it's not going to help you or elevate you. It's not going to help you overcome all of the hardships in your life as of right now. So in this episode, I'm going to give you somewhat of a guideline of how I use my mind, my ego to take me to the next level instead of holding me down at the level that I am now. And how I use my ego is whenever there's something going on in my life. It could be a bad situation. It can be things aren't going my way. I'm going to deny that. And a lot of people think this is crazy. A lot of people think this is nuts. But the whole world is based on your perception and how you perceive things. So let's take, for example, two extremely rich millionaires have put all of their money in the bank. This rich man reads the newspaper and sees that the bank took all of his money. The other rich man does the same thing. He reads the newspaper and sees that the bank took all of his money. This rich man sits here and complains and says he will never, ever, ever be able to get back to where he is right now. And then this other rich man says, damn, I lost all my money. But I know that sitting here crying and pouting and suffering isn't going to get me back my money. So I'm going to work and get to a higher level so that this never happens again. This rich man never recovers. This rich man goes times 10. He had $1 million in his bank account. He times it by 10. So that's how you use your ego in a way to overcome the negative situations in your life. It's by denying it. It's not by sitting here crying and hating all of the bad things that happen in your life. It's by changing your perception of how you perceive the situation. And it could be the worst things in the world. But by using your mind, you can still remain calm and feel okay when things aren't going your way. And there's another extreme example that I would like to take, even though this is super extreme, but you can understand from the extreme examples that I will give. So let's say one of your family members die. You're sad. You're not the happiest person, of course, because somebody has died. But then you think in your mind, would my family member want me to cry right now? Would he look down on me and want me to be sad in this situation? No, so I'm not going to be sad or cry. I'm going to keep it pushing, and I know that he's with me. He's in me, so we're going to be okay. It changes how you think, and therefore your ego, the little voice in your head, starts to move in different ways. You're overcoming your self-doubt. You're overcoming the lower mind, and you are now transcending to a higher level to overcome the limitations that you have now. Understanding that there's another version of you that has already accomplished whatever you wanted to accomplish. Those thoughts in your mind, that imagination, you seeing yourself already accomplish the things that you think you can't do right now, will elevate you to the highest degree. And that's how you start to use your ego to your advantage. Understanding that the ego will protect you. It wants to protect you, but it's only protecting you from your past. It's just protecting you of, I got to watch out for this girl. All girls cheat, or all men ain't shit. All these things about these people were from your past. You have to transcend that to have a different future. If you think all girls are horrible, they're bad people, they're fucking gonna cheat on you, you're going to live in that fear because the ego is going to keep saying, no, watch out for her, watch out for him because you got cheated on in the past, or your relationship wasn't good in the past. It's going to keep you down to that level. But then you start to have a high ego. You start to say, no, I don't believe that all women are bad. I know women are great. I know women love me. That's how I think about it. And that's why I get a lot more love, because you can only see what you have inside of you. Your life is a mirror reflecting back to you who you truly are. So if you think all women ain't shit, it's because you ain't shit. You're scared. You're sad. You can't be in a loving relationship. You can't make this money because you don't think you're good enough for this money. That's on you. Then when we change the perception and change how we view ourselves, then all the other things change. Wait, I'm not good enough to have success. Wait, I'm not good enough to have money. Hold on. Let's boost our ego. Let's boost our head. I should have 10 times more that money. I should have 10 times more the success that I have now. You start to think things, but then you start to know things. If I don't think I'm capable of something, I would then change my mind instantly. I know I'm capable of this. I know I'm capable of doing whatever I put my mind to. That's how you get the ego on board to help you in your life. So that when you just start to go throughout your days and you're now conscious and aware of these things, of limitations, of how you feel, of things that are holding you back, things that are making you feel bad in the situation, boost your self-esteem. See the ego as high as the sky. Use it. Oh, I can't do this. I know I can do that. I can do that times 10. Now what? Now your whole mind has changed. Now you're going to start to feel good about yourself. Oh, I'm not confident. I'm the most confident person in the world. What do you mean? Who is to say that I'm not confident? Or who is to say that I have this amount of money or that I can get this or reach this? Who says that? It's you. It's literally you. When they say that corny line, it's a battle between you versus you, it sounds so fucking corny, but it's actually really true. Because how I perceive the world and how I perceive myself, more importantly, about anything, because if my life is a mirror reflecting back to me who I truly am, if I start to say I am loved, I am a good person, I love the world, I love my life, you're going to start to see synchronicities in your life come to you, and you're just going to be like, what the fuck? Like, this happens to me a lot of the times, you know what I mean? But since I develop myself and choose myself to be loved or a loving person, I get love. It could be a homeless man on the street, I'm nice to that man. It could be a rich man, I'm nice to that man. It could be anybody in this world. I am nice, I'm a loving person to whoever because I choose to be loved. Then I therefore start to get that reflected back into my life. And that's how you change yourself. If I smile at someone, they smile back at me. Or some people just do it naturally. They say, hi, how are you? People come to talk to me, all these things. It's because it's me. It's from me. Everything's from me. And everything's from you. So you have to change your mind and get your ego on your side because he's your friend. Understand, even if you see a limit, that's your ego trying to limit you. And then you start to see, no, the only way to change this is if I change the perception. Just like those two rich men that lost all the money in the world. One said I could never recover from this, so he didn't. The other one said, fuck all this crying shit. We're going to get this done and make this amount of money times 10. And he did that. It's you. It's how you view the world. It's how you view everything about you, of what you can do. This is why, honestly, a lot of narcissists do win. A lot of people with high egos, egotistical people win because they see themselves as above people. I'm not about to go run around and say these things to people and make people feel, inferior and feel bad about themselves. Never. But the way that you view yourself and how you perceive yourself and the way that your self-image is correlated to your mind and how you believe things to be or how you believe yourself to be will be reflected back to you. Once you truly believe it, once it's sent to the subconscious mind, the world has no other choice but to reflect who you truly are. Now you're going to be awakened to what you think, how you talk about yourself, what you say to yourself, because it's very important. I hear people talk down upon themselves. Oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. Even if I felt that way, I would still say I know I'm more than capable of doing whatever I put my mind to. Like instantly, and then you're just programming it. You're programming the mind. You're programming your ego to be high, and it's good to have a high self-esteem, a high ego. Now, shitting on others, that's not something I'm an advocate for. That's not something I fuck with. I'm not about to sit here and belittle people, but a lot of people aren't aware of this. Their self-perception, how they view it. There is no right or wrong. There's just whatever you say is right and there's wrong. I can be perceived as a bad person for someone coming to rob my house and I shoot him and I kill him. Some people would say you should never kill somebody. But in my eyes, I had to defend my family. I had to kill this guy. So in my eyes, I'm a good guy. I defended my family. I did what I had to do. For another person's perception and their perspective on life, they're going to say, you should not kill nobody. You're bad. You're going to hell. You see what I'm saying? You choose the way you want to view these situations. And then once you're aware of that, even when bad things come within your life, because when good things are happening, nobody gives a fuck. Oh, I'm just happy, I'm just flowing, everything like that, as you should. But I would say even in those good times, you should be like, damn, I feel so good today. Like, I really feel grateful. Every day I wake up and I say, I'm going to have a great day. Every day is a great day. Because it's what I make it. It's what I see. There could be something bad that happened in your life, but since you're programming yourself to have a great day regardless of whatever happens, you're not going to see that bad situation as anything truly bad that affected you. Because you can't say today's gonna be a good day and then the moment you walk outside your house it's raining, so now, oh fuck, my day's fucked, man. Fuck that shit. I'm not gonna see the rain as something as bad. Some people just say that too. It's raining outside, so it's a bad day. I never understood that shit. How the fuck is the weather gonna control how you feel? Even with like seasonal depression, and I understand seasonal depression to the fact that if we humans don't get any sunlight, we start to not feel as good. And for plants, they're not gonna grow. They die in the winter time, right? Not saying necessarily you're going to be feeling horrible during winter time, but it's also something within my mind that I can change as well. Because it's snowing out, I'm going to cry. And winter time is just a time to cope out for seasonal depression. I'm gonna say, where does seasonal depression go for the people who like winter time, who love the snow, who love the cold, who love Christmas and all the beautiful lights? Where does seasonal depression go then? That's when I start to realize my mind is the greatest thing in this world. I can change how I feel by perceiving things differently. And is it hard to do in certain times? Yes, in certain times of someone dying or losing people, losing loved ones, of course it's going to be hard. But it's still up to you. Like I said earlier, would the people that die want me to sit here and cry about them all day? They wouldn't. They want you to thrive within your life. So you just pick up a different pair of glasses, you put it on, and you see life from a different aspect. Once you're awakened, you're not going to talk bad about yourself. You will never even think anything bad. And if you do, you would say, I'm much greater, or I can overcome whatever I'm thinking. All these limitations I know I can overcome, because you diagnosed a limitation, but I can get over that, or I am over that now. That's why law of assumption is beautiful, because you have to live in those emotions and those thoughts of your dream reality, waking up every day, feeling grateful for your day, feeling good, until it really comes to fruition, so that when you start to wake up certain days, you're just super happy. But it's all a byproduct of you. A human thinks 60,000 thoughts a day. And I believe 90% of those thoughts are repetitive thoughts from the day before. So if we switched all of those negative thoughts and put it into good thoughts, we're going to keep thinking good thoughts day in and day out. When you're driving your car, I'm so grateful for today. I love my life. Therefore, you're going to start to feel better throughout your days, feel greater. If you just keep doing this day in and day out, you think in these thoughts, you say this out loud, you really start to feel it, especially if you start to feel like, damn, today's a great day. You're listening to your music, you turning up, your day is going to be better throughout this time, throughout all of these days. And there's going to be days that's going to fuck with you, but you still sit here and remain, I'm grateful for today. I love my life. Every day is a great day. And then you are now rewiring yourself to a new man, a new lifestyle. You're living in your dream reality now. You don't need cars, clothes, jewelry, fame, women to live in your dream reality. It all comes from you. All emotions come from you. And then there's this other thing, like this alpha male sphere, like this red pill shit, where the man's life has to be just completely garbage and he has to suffer his existence, and the woman can only feel good. I don't live by that shit. I don't like that shit. Why the fuck would I suffer for a woman to feel good? What? Me suffering is like my whole world is dead, but just to make someone else feel good. What type of shit is that? Why can't we both feel good? You know what I mean? So that's something that just somewhat triggers me. Like, I can't stand saying, oh, your life has to suck, everything like that. If anything, I'm just reaffirming positive affirmations within my mind, because that's who I want to be. If I want to be great, I'm going to affirm it in my mind. I'm not going to sit here and say, man, my life has to be suffering. I have to just, suffer my whole life. No. That's your own reality that you claim to be. In order to be successful, you have to suffer. In order to be successful, you have to put in pain. And I believe putting in pain and putting in work, doing what you need to do day in and day out, will get you there, of course. But also, putting good things and seeing the pain as fun. I see my pain in the gym, putting in work, making videos, doing all my work, spending all my time on the things I love to do as fun. Not something as, oh, I gotta hit the gym today because I need to put in pain and, my life has to be full of suffering. No, I fucking love the gym. I love to do it. And then once you start to do the things that you hate to do, you start to love it over time, because you become programmed to it. You do it day in and day out. You wake up every day and start thinking about what you love to do, or the things that you need to do, and then you start to love it because you are following what you need to do and you feel good. So my life isn't full of suffering like the men you see on these spheres, red pill, all this gay shit. It's not. I don't believe in that shit. I truly don't. Using your ego to your advantage, seeing the things that you can't do, you see it, then you spot it. You say something to overcome it. Oh, I can't make this certain amount of money. I know I can make this certain amount of money. I know I can make more than that. There's a version of me in my mind that I created that makes more money than that and is already there chilling. I could see him. He's like, bro, this is your goal? He's looking down at me like, yo, this is your goal right now, bro? times it by 100. You have the imagination. Your imagination is the greatest tool. If you can think it, you see it, you feel it, you can be it. Real shit. So understanding the ego, once again, you have to understand all those limitations, all of those feelings of feeling anxious, sad, depression. That's your old self. That's the ego. Why am I feeling sad and depressed? Because of all of these thoughts that I had within my mind from yesterday, and they carry on. We have to change the thoughts. We have to change the emotions. We got to change how we feel to something positive if you want to feel positive and live a better life, living a better reality. Anything can happen in your life. This is for the better. This is for something greater, right? This is something that is going to benefit me. I'm going to learn from the situation. This situation happened, but I'm growing stronger day in and day out from it. And then eventually you let go and you become what you say you become. If you think it, you can be it. Straight up. That's who you are. There's a version of me that overcame this easily. That's who I am now. And you tap into it and you let go of that situation that happens. The ego is there to protect you. But you have to understand the ego is limiting you to who you are, who you once were. That's where it gets deep and spiritual. Where all these bad things happen to you, you're just bound for bad things to happen. You have to just watch your back everywhere you go. That's living in fear, living in survival. That's when the ego is holding you down. And then honestly, if you really wanted to see what life is like without the ego, is go through meditation. Meditate for an hour. Breathe extremely deeply. I'm talking about calm the body down. And then from there, the mind stops and you get into a state where there's nothing. Your mind stops thinking about what you have to do. It stops thinking about the groceries you have to go get. It stops thinking about the family you have to meet or the girl you got to be with or all of these things. It just stops thinking. It stops thinking about everything. And that's when you start to realize the ego was there all along, but then it stops. The mind stops. Everything stops. And then you can create from there. That's when you're in the 5D. The place of nothingness. And once you're in that meditative state and in that meditation, you can transcend all limitations. You can see yourself doing things you've never seen yourself doing without the ego being involved and saying, oh, this is not reality. Oh, I can't do this. I can't do that. It's just the ego limiting you. It's just putting a blockage. But once you enter that state and you see yourself overcoming all your limitations and you have the emotions with it and you see yourself accomplishing all your goals, that mental blockage, that wall that was put up by you, because this is all a battle between you and you, that wall breaks. You are creating from the quantum field, and that thing can become manifested if you live in that desired reality for a good amount of time. It will be brought to you by your frequency. And also putting in work. A lot of people say, like, in the manifestation field, like, just let things come. I believe in that as well. I know that as well. But I also will put in work, because this is just what I love to do anyways. I'm not just about to stop. This is what I love to do. So I'll put in work while living in my desired reality, seeing myself, meditating, and then you will see, like, the ego was there, but now the ego has been transcended, the mind has stopped, and now you can see yourself overcoming all bullshit, all limitations, for real. So that's how you get the ego to be on your side. It truly is on your side by natural born nature, but it's on your side from the limits that you see, and it's protecting you from all the things from the past. But to overcome the past, you have to become a new self, so that ego will grow, and it will grow with you. It's within you. It's a battle between you and you, for real. So I love y'all, bro. Please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'm going to leave my last video right here for you guys. So if you missed upon that, go watch that video. So stay yourself. Stay 300. Whatever you do in life. Trust me. I believe in you, bro.